Hi guys, welcome to the channel. This video is going to be a crash course on a website called SorareData. SorareData is basically, if you are playing Sorare, you need to be using this website. This website gives you so much information. I am actually recording a video describing it to you, and I probably only know 50% of what this website actually contains myself. There's so much in it. Going to get straight into it here. So this, whenever you type SorareData into your Google search or whatever, this is the opening page. I'm going to get stuck into it. I'm just going to type in Bruno Fernandes, a footballer from Man United. You click into him, and this page opens up. So what do we have here? We have over here on the left, this is last 5, last 15, and last 40 averages, which you can get on Sorare already. Shows you what position he plays. Down here, it shows you what cards are available. So some players have midfielder cards and striker cards. Bruno only has midfielder, and it shows you he's a starter. Over on this side, so we're going to focus on the gold. This is the rare stats, and this is the limited stats because they're gold. So basically, the 3, the 7, the 14, the 30, that's the last. These are the prices that he sold for in the last 3 day average, the last 7 day average, 14, 30 day average. There's a crown here, which is the floor price. The floor price means that is the cheapest buy now price on the market at the minute as we speak, which is €60 and 77 cent. It shows you that there's 560 gold cards of Bruno Fernandes, and yeah, that's okay. Price graph. These tabs here are very useful. I will go through some of these. So price graph is one of the main ones I'll look at when I'm buying a card. So as you can see, there's a graph here. On the left hand side, it shows the price. On the bottom of the graph, it shows the dates. And if you highlight over each one of these, it can show these are literally all the cards that sold in the past month. You can change that to a week, a month, 3 months, 6 months. Now, I have paid subscription for this website, so I probably am able to see more stuff than if you go and use the free version. I don't know if you can highlight over these and see the price of each one, or if you can click over to each time scale, or click over to a rare card, a super rare card, and turn it to a year. Anyway, a month for limited cards only. This is the graph. You can see the prices. So you can see here the gold line going through this is roughly €60. That gold line is the floor price up here of the €60. And you can see some of these cards have been bought for over the floor price and some have been bought for under. So like there's a guy there bought the card for €56 on yesterday on the 10th of January, and there's a guy there who bought the card for 64.89 there today on the 11th of January. So yeah, this is very good if you want to buy a card. You can see, right, am I being fooled here or am I not? And this gives you a good idea of how much you should be spending for a card at that current time. Vital information so that you are not splashing out the cash and losing loads of money. Next tab, that is the two most useful tabs in here, is the price graph and the SO5 scores. SO5 scores. So what I love about this here, it gives you his full list of upcoming fixtures, and you can go through all of them until the end of the season. So Man United's last game is away to Brighton, and you can just go the whole way through. So rare actually give you a little kind of predicted score under each team as well, which is handy. So you can see over here the highest one is like away to Luton 71. So like but I don't get too carried away on them. But yeah, it's still nice that they're there. It also highlights the game weeks that these games are happening, so that right, this upcoming game week is game week 441. But the next time Bruno Fernandes plays in the Premier League against Wolves is 446. So you'll notice there's 5 game weeks of a difference in there, so you need to find out, right, so what's the point you don't really want to be mingling around with him too much if he's missing for 5 game weeks, you know what I mean? But after he's back there in 446, he plays 447, 449, 451. He's back into the swing of things. Anyway, we're going to scroll down. This here is his graph, much like the last graph for the prices. This is the graph for his scores. So to the left hand side shows the scores, and to the bottom is the game weeks, so you can see his graph is pretty impressive. So Obviously, Bruno Fernandez is one of the more premier players that you can buy in Sorare. He's €60 for a gold card and over €500 for a rare card, which is yeah, that's a lot. So, what's so good about this? So, you can see that he's actually dipped here at the minute. So, if you use that information, you'll be like, right, if a player's dipped, then you're like, right, well, he might have went down in price because he's dipped. Whereas, if you look at these prices, 83, 88, 98, he was probably higher in price back in 428 and 425. So, it's good also just to see how a player gets on. There might be a player who had 3 good game weeks, but once you go into his actual the whole thing, you'll notice that he's a sub most of the time. So maybe somebody got injured and now he's actually getting to play a few games and he's done well. Let's see. I will click over to a player, Kveki for Fenerbahce. So like if you go into Kveki, his last 5 scores 59, 49, 52. We'll go into his scores. So you can see here, Kveki's the kind of player that gets really good scores, but he's also, like you can see here, he's a sub, he's a sub, he's a sub, he's a sub. So although he gets amazing scores like 93, 75, 90, 88, you can also see he gets the 23s, 23, 21, 24. So it gives you a good bit of background knowledge as to where these scores are coming from and if this guy plays every week. So you can see here he didn't play that week at all. So if he's in your lineup that week, he's absolutely going to butcher your lineup. Whereas if he's in your lineup this week, so Kveki is one of them players for Fenerbahce. Look, you can get really lucky and he can get you 90 points. Or you can get really unlucky, he's going to get you 0 points because he didn't play, or he'll get you 20 points because he's a sub. But anyway, it's just added information that you can't get from Sorare, and you need to be using it if you're playing Sorare. In here is just like, look, Kveki, sub, 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 sub. Like, look, he was a sub, he played 1 minute. In that 1 minute, he scored a bloody goal and got 60 points. Sub again, he got 22 points. Sub again, he got 27 points. And then the next game he played and he got 100 points. So Kveki's one of them ones that I would tread carefully. He's not the kind of guy that I want to buy because it would annoy me too much these weeks where he gets crap points. Although it would be lovely if you bought him and he got you 93 points. I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't give out too much if he done that for me. But yeah, that is why his price is so low at €4.53 as a floor price. This is why, because of being subbed all the time. Anyway, there's actually too much in this for me to explain. You need to get on the website and take a look through this stuff yourself. There's loads of other videos on YouTube that explain that they explain SorareData and they go through them maybe into more depth than I do. I just want to highlight this to you so that you go and you actually go and examine and do the research yourself so that you're properly kitted out before you crash into Sorare. Sorare is the kind of thing that if you don't know what you're doing, you'll lose a lot of money. But if you do the research, you can make a lot of money. Um, what else? So if you do click into a player, this is another little feature I like. So I'll go back into Bruno Fernandez. So Bruno Fernandez, there's another tab here, similar players. You click this and SorareData is able to pull up, because it has every player covered by Sorare in this damn thing. It's able to pull up every player that has similar averages to Bruno Fernandez, and it pulls it up on a list down here that you can go through. So if you find a player that you like and he's too dear, he might cost €30, you can just go into the similar players, and that's going to pull up similar players, obviously. But you might get ones in here that are cheaper. Like there's a guy there similar to Bruno Fernandez. Look, he plays in the J1 league, so I don't think his season's on at the minute. But he's €25. Here's a guy here, Pierre Lise Malou for Stade Brest in the French League One. Unbelievable scores, and he's only €20. So just because Bruno Fernandez is like the popular player, plays for Man United, doesn't mean you have to buy him at €60. You can simply use a similar players feature. There'll be someone in a lesser league who's doing equally as well in so rare terms. There's a guy there playing for Las Palmas, Korean Rodriguez, €10, and look at that, 60 for the last 15 average, 65 for the last five. So you can find hidden gems in here also. So yeah, folks, that's pretty much all I'm going to show you. Price graph, scores, SO5 or similar players. There's other tabs here that I've been using this for over a year. I've paid over €100 subscription, and I haven't even used these tabs because I don't even need to, because there's so much in here. You can't even run out of stuff to look at. Even whenever it comes up to an upcoming game week, you can go up to a lineup builder. You can click into whatever competition you like. So say a cap 240, and it suggests a lineup for you. So that's just suggested one for me straight away, and it's given me a score of 87 out of 100 for their suggested lineup. Like, it's just ridiculous what this website actually does. You need to get on it. If you're playing Sorare, use SorareData. Um, I do think that paying the subscription, I'm definitely happy that I paid it, but there's still loads that you can use on that website if you don't pay for the subscription. I will just get added extras for paying it, but there's loads on it without it. So use the website regardless if you're paying the subscription. And yeah, that's our Sorare data crash course for today. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll post another video soon. Chat soon.